Well, the shack finally got a clean up today. Finally. It's taken a while. It's only because I got a mate of mine coming tomorrow, Gav, that he'll be ashamed of me if I don't. No, he'll be right. But I'm going to tell you it's all for you, Gav. Yeah, it was time to have a bit of a clean up because I have not been in the shack very much at all. And look at that, there's still a dead bug. We're getting these bugs at the moment. I thought I'd got everything. One bug. Yeah, we got this influx of bugs coming in at night where the light comes in, and so you got to turn a fair few lights off, which of course I leave all this sort of stuff going, and yeah, can't keep doing that anyway. Anyway, here's a bit of a brief look at the shack. Obviously, a little bit of video to keep an eye on our dog kennels and everything else we do. 7850 just plugged over there. TV just for lots of different things. We use that. We interface that into another little box that does a whole stack of things. But the main radio that I use every day, you're looking at there, is the IC7850, and it's my favourite by a mile. I've had a lot of different radios, and actually I've just been listening for Gav on, excuse me, 29.6 today, and obviously hit the noise reduction because I've been cleaning the front of it. Had it turned off though, shouldn't have. Yeah, weird. All right, but yeah, definitely my favourite radio. That with the ACOM 2000. If you took everything else away from me and just left me with this, yeah, I'll be fine. It's no issue. Running the HF Auto Tuner, which is a absolute godsend by a mile. Lets me do a lot of things while we've got a couple of antennas that are not quite up yet. So we get to have a bit of a play. And actually, a bit of a mention, Joe, N6YYO, actually, hopefully can catch up with Joe when we're over in the States this year. Great conversation with him on 10 today. Fantastic guy. He's a car guy. What can I say? He's a car guy. I'm a car guy. We're all car guys. So anyway, the other side here, we're just getting set up with some VHF, UHF on the 9700. There's a 7300 that you might ask, what's that all about? Yeah, good point. I think it's there because it suits the 9700. Looks like a... Anyway, let's not talk about that. 7610, we've got that dedicated to remote at the moment. So basically what happens is I'll come in and hit my connect button over here. Now I'm going to go local at the moment, at home, and just connect up. And then basically this radio here, as it's all starting to connect, says hello, and then... and there you go. And you can pretty much take that with you anywhere around the property. If I disconnect and go to my hotspot off the phone, I can be like tomorrow when I go to pick up, I'm going down to Melbourne to pick up a Supercharged Mustang, a Roush machine that I've got to pick up. So what we'll do tomorrow is we'll go disconnect. Oops. Sorry. Disconnect, and as you can see, it turns off over here at that stage. And what will happen is, actually normally that screen's gone by now. Let's have a look. Am I getting a strange one? Oh, I am, I think. Might have been the first. Oh no, there you go. Okay, so when I go in remote, turn the hotspot on, obviously I go in there, and I won't show you too much of that. Anyway, but yeah, that's a nice little setup. A little bit of mucking around to get the away from home stuff working. That wasn't as simple as I thought, but we got there in the end. And I can just mute the audio on that, like so. But you'll still hear it over here. I've got the whatever volume is set here. You can still hear it, but I'll just turn that down. And wacko. But yeah, that's been a fantastic little unit actually. It's got me out of trouble when I've been in hospital, lots of things. That's a little Russian 2 kilowatt amplifier there that we'll fire that up at some stage and do a bit of a hit on that pretty soon. You just put on a 48 volt supply and feed RF, and it's certainly the go, but I haven't had a chance. There's just so much going on in my life that it's just crazy. And over here, look, it's just a bit of a compilation of a mess at the moment, but a little bit of, sort of very old collectible ARF gear. Lovely old ARF 2001. Has the frequency display, and Actually, my mate Gav's actually got one of these as well with the frequency display. Getting the frequency display is really hard, but anyway, that's can be done, obviously. Then above that, you've got the Panasonic RJ3700, really rare, another one that came from David de Kock down in South Africa, and actually has the box, original box and everything with it as well. And I have the original box with the sideband of 6, so as you guys know, I'm a bit of a sideband fan with the, I don't know what that's doing on, I've been cleaning, haven't I? Oh, I see, it's on scan. Oh, sorry, that's better. But yeah, that's my pride and joy, that one. And that one came from David down in South Africa as well. Absolutely mint condition, beautiful. Then we're just talking about a couple other bits and pieces that fill the desk at the moment. And some of these you've seen videos on before, etc., etc. Some of this is not staying, some, you know, I've got to do a few bits and pieces too, etc. We have a collection of R5000s at the moment, and this 440 is absolutely mint. Voice board, filters, everything, really nice. So anyway, we've got a couple of screens up that, you know, we use on this side of the room as well for various things, depending on what's actually happening with the radio down sort of the bottom. We used to have the, what do we have, the FTDX 101MP on that side feeding up to the top screen there. But of course all these screens are all smart TVs these days, so you can pretty much hook up and do anything you want with them. We've got our collection of signs that are all lit up signs that have got to go up in the various spots around the place here. There's a Mopar and an old Golden Fleece Jaws sign for the cinema. Anyway, all good. Anyway, there you go. It's a bit cleaner than you've seen it. Most of you that have been here recently, you're used to seeing the other room next to it. Look, well, this room looked like that one, to be honest. And that one's terrible. That one's our next sort of one to get into. But yeah, look, certainly looking a lot better, and nice to sort of finally get it a little bit cleaner, because yes, tomorrow is a good day. Tomorrow, so I've got I don't know, most you'll be on my Facebook would have seen this anyway, but good point. I don't know if actually, no, I reckon I put all the photos, come to think of it, I think they're all on, oh, maybe not, actually try this. Does that bring up a photo? Oh, there you go. That's tomorrow's pickup. I bought this supercharged 727 horsepower thing that's coming back to Tangam Malanga with the great help of a good mate of mine, Gav VK3MLU, and yeah, we got really lucky there because it was a bit complicated because it's had so much GT500 mods and bits and pieces. We had a spare bonnet and some other bits left over that you sort of really want. So so Gav's coming up with the bonnet tomorrow, and then he's got a stack of radios we've got boxed up for him to go back in the back of the ute. And then because I said to him, that's fine, I can take the train now. He said, well, mate, it's a bit stupid, I've got to go back to Melbourne. Why don't I drop you off at the where your car is, and then you can sort of get in and go home? And I went, oh mate, you're a legend. So, and honestly, amateur radio people helping amateur radio people, it's brilliant, it really is. And I really want to say thank you, because it wasn't actually as easy as I thought. I thought it was the bonnet that was making it hard, and Gav having the ute, oh, perfect. It's not every amateur radio operator has the same sort of stuff like me and Gav. We're a bit sort of very practical and car guys, so we've always got trailers, utes, etc., etc. But yeah, this was just very lucky timing, so it all worked out. All right, well, I'll leave you with this fella here. They still
barefoot. I'm not barefoot. I just run the radio just a couple of watts, a little FTDX 101D.
brilliant, amazing, eh? Just amazing. Just off, you know, the iPad, and pretty much coming home tomorrow night, I'll just have that on the seat. I've got a little headset which I can sort of put onto it, and listen from basically Tangam Malanga. So anyway, booming, and guys, everyone there's coming in really well. All right, thanks very much. If you ever want a recommendation of radio to buy, 7610. Why? Because you can do this so easily. $80 the software costs. You can remote the whole thing. You can't even do that with the 7850 yet. He hasn't got the well, he's got to write a module for it, but he can't write a module for it because what was the reason? Oh, no, he hasn't got the 7850. He needs a 50 or 51. So if you live in Germany and you've got a 7851 or a 7850, go lend it to Marcus for a week, and we can get a module going for that thing. And I've got to be honest, as much as I love the 7610, it would become one setup. I wouldn't need to have the two setups, to be quite honest. All right, 73s, all the best. Certainly had a better day today, so I'm absolutely wrapped in that, and I'm sure tomorrow it'll be the same. Bit warm up here in Tangambalanga. We definitely have got some warm weather. I'm sure the rest of you have got the same around Australia at the moment. It's but apparently rain coming later today, so we'll see. 73s, thanks very much for having a look at my clean shack. You can all take bets in the comments section as to how long it stays that way. We all know me very well. It is definitely a tradition of... Anyway, let's see. You never know. Maybe traditions are changing and habits are changing. Maybe I can keep it cleaner a bit longer. So let's hope so, hey? Anyway, all right, 73s, all the best. And please subscribe and hit like and all those things and comment and whatever. I'm not sure how all that algorithm stuff works, but someone said to me the other day, you don't say enough to tell people to subscribe. My feeling is you'll subscribe if you want to. If the content's got anything that's interesting, great. You'll subscribe. And if it hasn't, which sometimes I've got to, be honest, I do rave on a bit. So I will forgive you if you don't subscribe too. Sometimes, you just want to pick out the videos that are maybe relative to your radio or your hobby or your whatever you're doing, because we do mix a bit of cars with radio. And we're going to be doing a little bit more cars as we go along, as well as, on this YouTube channel. So, although primarily it'll always be, majority of radio. 73s, all the best. Cheers.